tree ring, talk to me. We're gonna hit a beat and talk about my Eve. Everybody,
Oh,
know what I say?
God.
I'm gonna do a beat.
Make it
Why,
stop.
Rain?
It's
Why?
time to stop.
Why did you?
Rock, paper, scissors, right? We don't want Eve to be as simple as shut the fuck up, Seto!
Floods of like memes, and these small gamers are like, we're the elite of the elite. Do not fuck with us. We will kill you. We are the best players ever. It's like, dude, I did your shit. I did it better than you did.
You know what this conversation is like? When I say not enough supers die in Dell, and people tell me, oh look, there's a super died in Dell. So it's like, when
What
I'm
are
talking
you
about
even
the balance
talking
issue,
about? We were talking about fucking balance, not supers
Yeah.
dying in Delph.
Look,
Why does
look.
everything with you have to be about supers fucking dying in
Shut
Delph?
up! Shut up!
Christ!
It's an analogy, moron. It's an analogy. Okay?
You guys stop arguing. You act like a fucking married couple. Jesus
No,
Christ.
don't stop arguing.
It's an
Well, it
analogy.
is Trash Talk
I
Tuesday.
was like,
Hello? Can you guys hear us? Discord? Can you guys hear us? Is everybody here?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Perfect. Is everything broken? It is. Awesome. Well, hey guys, welcome back to Trash Talk Tuesday. How long has it been? Like 3 days?
Too long because someone decided to end the talk show for no goddamn fucking reason.
Hey,
What she
look,
said.
there was a good reason.
What was
a
the
really good
reason?
The reason was because I don't want to talk about it. You just-
Exactly, so it's not good.
You just make fun of me all you want, but I don't want to talk about the reason. But
Guys,
I
we're not gonna do a talk show. Oh wait, I'm so bored. There's drama. My name's Redline.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Redline, I
Good
met you at
impersonation.
Vegas, dude, and you barely even said hi to me.
I did too say hi to you. I said hi to you just fine. A perfect amount of hellos were said. We had dinner. It was wonderful.
We definitely did not have dinner.
What do you mean we didn't have dinner?
I saw
We
you
had-
at the bar and we took a selfie and like that was it.
Rain,
See,
I
Redline, I
literally
didn't-
sat
wasn't
next
he,
to you
he
at
was at
Barry's.
he was at the dinner
What-
with us.
what do you mean?
Not in Vegas 2022.
No,
Not
not
in
in Vegas
2022.
2022. In 2021, I was there, but in 2022,
You were here in
I was-
2022 too. I have a selfie with you.
I was not.
Let
no,
me find it.
If you pull up a selfie of you and Dave Archer, I'm canceling the show forever. I don't know.
We have to scroll a bit. I've
know.
taken too many pictures.
Oh, you are gonna do it, aren't you? All right. Well, anyways, I'll give you the emote only chat. All right.
Redline,
Relax.
okay, hold up. Tell
What?
me this isn't you.
That is not me. I
How
am
is that not you?
It's been 2 years, and I am still not Dave Archer.
That looks just like you. Just because you shaved doesn't mean it's not you.
It's not.
See,
I
Redline,
promise.
you say canceled like it's a threat, but I've been canceled enough times, Neve, to know that it's not that bad.
Who's talking about canceling anybody?
You just were.
What? I said I was gonna cancel the show. The show's not a person. The show's a show.
I mean, it could be.
No, it can't. Because if this show was a person, I would punch it.
Corporations are people. Maybe this show identifies as a person. You can't tell this show what it is and isn't.
You know.
Was anyone here gaming in Providence last night with me?
Oh man, I do have a battle report for that. You want to talk about that now? I was
Bro,
gonna do more
we can talk about
semantics,
that.
but we can just skip right to the end. I mean, not the end, but you know what I mean. Anyways, emote chat is off. I'll give you your points back. It's fine.
I
The new
left
feature
that.
mode.
I left Providence. The dumpster fire it was for a reason.
Did you? All right. Well, I've
Oh,
got
my
this
corp did.
battle report here. I'm gonna put it up on stream, and of course, in doing so, broke the camera layout. So, forgive me for that. I guess if you want, that's fine. So, Altar, tell me about what actually happened here, if you would be so kind.
Big AB had a Fortizar whole timer, and we showed up in force, and we were heavily outnumbered by Horde, Goons, RC, and a bunch of other people versus basically Big AB and Snuffed, and then
Wait.
Medusa.
You were outnumbered by Horde, but you are Horde.
You are in Horde.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
was on the Big AB side.
how though? If you're in Horde, I'm confused.
I just didn't shoot blues. That's how.
Did you create a diplomatic incident?
I did not.
Are you sure?
I did not shoot any blues.
Okay. I don't believe you, but
Okay, I did shoot Deveron.
see, and that's the problem.
Also,
'cause
there's a-
Devon actually died.
Chat, there's a poll going on too. Feel free to vote.
How?
Thanks.
I forgot you could do polls. Oh no. A power unlocked by you that should not be unlocked by you. Anyways, guys, I was not in Vegas 2022. That's Dave Archer. It's not me. I'm not Dave Archer, and I promise.
Oh wait, we were voting whether to see Redline was Dave Archer. Yeah, of course he's Dave Archer.
Come on, man.
Bro, you're literally Dave Archer. Like I don't know what you're telling me.
Down for like 3 years now.
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to keep trying.
Well, I don't want to. All right, so Big AB had a Fortizar. You can see that here. That Fortizar is deceased now. Hilariously, there's another one in seemingly at the same spot. So is this really did the Fortizar really die, or is it still just there?
That's the same Fortizar, I believe.
Oh, why doesn't it have a name?
The Fortizar did die, and we extracted.
Okay, so the Fortizar died, and it only cost the people attacking it 140 billion ISK for a 16 bill fort. Is that...
but it died. According to the Goon mindset, if it dies, then you win.
Well, RC's not really goons, are they? They're more pan fam, right?
I mean, we don't like. I don't know what the fuck goons are, or not goons. Fuck RC. I'm tired.
Okay.
If I share my screen, could you show it? I had recorded it last night. If I share my screen, could you show it?
I can show anything that you want me to. Just have to figure out how to do that. All right, I'm going to tune into your stream, and this is probably going to break all of the cameras. Yeah, it did. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're just going to... You've got what, you've got some lances for us, is that right?
I've got a video of the whole fight, but yeah, lances and all the cool stuff.
Okay, well, give me just a hot second to get that up on the screen for everybody. Right now we've got some weird stuff going on, and that's my bad. But there we go. You are broadcasting, Alterari. Nothing bad, please. Thanks.
So this is like after we got tied, like we came in. So the light blue is fraternity, and then obviously we're in nightmares and purples.
And now this is the big AB fleet. This is the fleet that dropped all the Titans and Supers and won the fight, right?
Correct.
Even though they lost the Fortizar. All right, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If it's all the same to you, I'm going to drop that down. Jesus, that is quite... I can't have both on the screen. So I'll ask the viewers, do you guys want to see what's on my screen, or you want to see what's on Alterari's screen? You have a choice. Can you show us some lances?
Yeah. Oh, fun.
I just want to see the Titans doing Titan things. Oh, now that's a speedy fight. All right. Well, while you find the Titans, I'm gonna go ahead.
I already found one. It's lancing.
Okay. Let's see it. Where is it? Where's the lance?
Center of the screen near my overview.
Center of the screen. All right, team. I've zoomed in on the lance. You're gonna get to see this at the exact same speed that the players playing the video game saw it. So the speed of paint drying. All right. That's fine, because this is Eve. This is Eve right here. And while we watch it... Oh, you skipped too far. You just gotta be patient, man.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It didn't even hit anything.
No, that lance missed.
That's weak.
Wow.
There was when we first landed, or when they first landed, if I go back a little bit, so... Let's say it was around here.
Someone in the chat said that all of the lances were bad except for Seto's, and I find that extremely hard to believe because I kind of know Seto. And I don't think that his
Shut the fuck up, Seto.
Yes, that's true. Hey, Song Whistle's in the Drag Me channel. Let's bring him in. Hello, Song Whistle.
Hey there, how's it going, guys?
That's fantastic.
Here we go.
Were you in this amazing fight last night?
I haven't logged into Eve in about a year.
Oh my god. Quick. Get them for
So right here you
washed
see
out
two
Wednesdays.
lances about to both these lances hit their fleets. The Amar one just strikes right through the center of them.
That's beautiful. And so while we're watching this happen, just give me some insight onto exactly what's happening down here, because I'm not in RC, I'm not in Big AB, but I know that they've been fighting over Providence for quite some time. Is it like, yeah, go ahead.
I have no clue what's going on there. I was just offered
God damn it.
content. I'm not saying no.
God damn it. Okay, so someone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, RC is the new Pravi block and Big AB is the new RC, right? Is that kind of how it's going? RC wants to hold Pravi, Big AB wants to fight RC holding Pravi.
Yeah, that's about right. That's what it seems like, at least from the outside looking in.
That's amazing to me. So RC became the exact thing they wanted to destroy. And now they are feeding relentlessly.
410 Serbs and like 120 mutants died last night. We lost one nightmare.
And the whole fight?
Yeah,
There's
we
no
lost
way.
a single nightmare.
Okay, but you lost a shit ton of claymores. And that appears to be relatively it.
What do you mean we lost a shit ton of claymores?
I'm looking at a
Our
shit
boosts
ton
were
of...
Loki.
Oh, that must be... Why is Fraternity on this battle report on your side? Because they were fighting with you? Okay, Fraternity lost a bunch of claymores. Anyways, neither here nor there. Alright, so that's what's happening. And maybe someday we'll get somebody from Pravi Block or RC to come on the show. We had some on a while
Did you
back.
ask any of them?
No. But
What?
that's not...
Red-
That's...
Redline, you can't say you're going to get somebody on the show if you don't ask them. Do you not know how shows work?
I was never good at this.
Oh my god.
Like, this was never... Rain, this was never a thing that I was good at.
Dude, I'm going back to fucking talking in stations, dude.
Why? Why would you go there? Nothing cool happens there.
I host talking in stations, Redline.
Okay, but when? Like, how
Every
often?
Sunday at 1600.
Okay, but what about
Ooh, that's so early.
Were you
Yeah,
there
if you're
last
weak.
Sunday?
Yes, we interviewed CCP Aurora about the new patch that came out
that's
today.
Right. How did that go? That new patch came out today.
It did. It's actually really amazing.
It is. It's beautiful. You can't really see it, but if I hide this browser window, you can actually see that we are broadcasting from the new hangar backgrounds.
Oh,
This is
Our team knocked it out of the park again, as always.
They really did. That's all they do.
I can't see it on stream. It's still the Z kill.
That's okay. Give it some time. You are a little bit slower than most.
True. Yeah, Redline, but it is.
No,
your
you have to
stream,
watch it on
so-
the stream, not on his screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. It's on the actual stream, not on the Discord stream that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't exist. Anyways, so I want to switch gears. I want to talk about the patch. So, Rain, have you been playing around in Faction Warfare today?
No, I got home from like 12 hours of work. And then I'm doing more work, but it's Eve-related work.
Altar, you played in Faction Warfare at all?
I have not. I've not even logged in.
Cool. How about you, Manic? You hit up any Faction Warfare content lately?
I logged in, but I have yet to enlist.
Okay. So
You want to talk about CC experiences or?
We'll just do a blanket statement. Has anyone here had any experience with the new Faction Warfare content?
I've done it on CC.
I looked at the new Faction Warfare map. It's really pretty.
Or is everybody else waiting for when we can join Faction Warfare without leaving our corpse? Because that's what I'm waiting for.
Wait, is that not the case with? I thought
Oh,
that
no.
was part of the expansion.
Not right now, no. I have a
no,
full corp in Alliance in Mimitar. I have an alt in Amar. I'm gonna put another alt in Galente.
Why?
So I can farm.
Farm. And
Yeah,
fight?
farm LP. Yeah, farm LP, get fights. Faction Warfare is great for making money.
But no one ever.
Pretty sure people.
I mean, with what
actually,
people
it's
are
said
paying
quite
for
often,
loyalty
Jeremy.
points right now, it's going to be pretty good for making money, especially to get the faction.
With a new blueprints, yes, probably.
No, you'd make
Yeah,
money
so-
normally. That's why people would do they'd have alts on either side and then they just go and flip.
I remember a very vehement posting on Reddit for a long time about
Imagine
how
believing
faction
Reddit in
warfare.
2022, dude.
Well, this is a post from last
Damn,
year.
you angsty tonight, Rain. I like
No,
it.
Reddit's trash. It like blows my mind that people continuously use Reddit after how much dog shit it's been. Like,
Well,
oh
what else
gee,
are we gonna use?
it's not good for making money. It says guy who doesn't understand that people have literally been farming faction warfare for
Rain-
ages on both sides, LP continuously, and guess who's making money selling those dreads?
Is it you?
Faction warfare players. Not me, no,
Oh.
I haven't had a chance to log in, but it's faction warfare players already making money off of those.
So hold on here.
Oh no.
Faction warfare historically has not been.
No,
a good
it's
place to
still
win.
really good for making money historically. That's why you'd always have one side winning.
Jeremy,
Because
maybe
everyone
you
would
should
dogpile on that
shut
side to
one
then farm
minute.
LP, and then obviously, oh hold on, and then obviously like you'd have everyone there farming the LP, so the LP would be high, so then they'd flip side, so then that the supply would go down, and then they would sell.
Outstanding.
And that is
It's really,
hopefully-
it's like room
hopefully that's
temperature
something we're-
IQ kind of plays. Like I'm not smart,
Are we
but
gonna
I
avoid
know that
that?
you can make money with it.
So we're not going to avoid that this time? That's still the same way to make money as before?
So that's why I don't know this time. I don't know if CCP has flipped it because now they have the frontline system, right? So if you're trying to farm LP in the backline systems, it's very difficult, or like I guess rear guard is what they're called. It's very difficult to make a ton of LP there. And so instead what you have to do is you have to fight on the front lines and you have to farm those. And then there it's really good to get fights, it's really good to make money just from LP. You can still farm missions as far as I'm aware, and they've Aurora mentioned she was going to change how they actually give out missions, so then that way it forces people into the front lines as well, so you can't safely farm missions. You have to actually risk something when you do that. And then, but yeah, it's all of the new ships, so you have 16 new ships, those can only be farmed by Faction Warfare LP stores, and then that's going to change later on, obviously, because now you can buy old Navy ships through all of the factions. Like if you want like a Drake Navy issue, you can get it through any sort of Caldari LP, right? Instead of just Faction Warfare Caldari. That will be the future state of things like, like Thrashers or whatever, but the Dreads will still be in Faction Warfare space only to give it exclusivity to Faction Warfare, but also because you do not want to be selling Dreads in high sec.
Well, yeah, because you can't put Dreads in high sec, like at all.
Yeah.
So I think one of the big things is that people are kind of salty that it's just the Faction Warfare people that have it right now.
Well, anyone can join Faction Warfare.
I know, but you have to leave your group to do it or get an alt.
Why?
Well, like I don't want to leave my group. I like my group.
Well, then you can wait. It's like 3 months wait. It's not that big of a deal.
But I've been waiting since FanFest. And then I was waiting until FanFest.
Yeah,
and still waiting.
And people have been waiting 10 years for like a Faction Warfare revamp, so.
I know, but I mean, but why do I have to wait and they don't? That is not fair at all.
Well, life ain't fair, Redline. You're a nullsec player. Go cry about it on Reddit or something. Nobody cares.
Well, no. That's
just play on CC, Redline.
What am I gonna do on CC?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
Fight with dreadnoughts or something?
Order a pizza.
Order a pizza. No, I'm not gonna order a pizza, but I tell you what I am gonna do. Once this whole system unlocks for us, I guess us nullsecers to enjoy it, I'm gonna be there on day one, and I'm gonna kill everybody I see, every single person, always. You gonna come with me, Manic? Is this enough to get you back in the video game EVE Online? Playing again?
Maybe. Yeah. Like where do you want to target people?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I just want to go. I want to go to Jita, and I want to set my destination to the first frontline system, and I want to go there and just fight.
Well, okay.
Yeah. You in?
Sign me up.
All right. So this is recorded, and now when it happens, you have to come.
You're gonna hold me to this?
I'm gonna hold you to this.
Oh man.
Just like I'm gonna hold you to riding a bull.
You were talking about riding a bull?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I ride bulls all the time.
What did I miss?
Rain.
What did I miss in Vegas?
A lot. Don't worry about it. You weren't there.
Jeez, I guess what happens
It was
in
a
Vegas
ton of
does
fun,
stay in
Redline.
Vegas.
It was a ton
It
of
was
fun,
a
except
lot of
COVID, because a lot of people got COVID for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I noticed that everybody who got COVID was kissing all Terrari.
Not everybody.
Ring was kissing the bull.
All of the open comms
Ooh.
folks did not get COVID. I'm just gonna throw that out there for #1 talk show and not getting fucking sick.
I
Baller.
definitely did cuddle up with Manic too.
Did you?
COVID
And,
free.
Man, must be that's those super genes you've got.
Vaxxed, waxed, and ready to lay down on train tracks.
Yikes.
Wow.
What, like one of those cartoons where like you tie people down to the train track, you know, and the dramatic music plays.
Yes, it's called suicide, Jeremy. Thanks.
Well, no, I meant murder, but yeah.
Murder? I don't think we talk about murder unless it's about a video
No, it's
game.
called Turner.
Turner.
Oh.
You mean like the old planet that used to be a desert and is
The good
now a
old planet.
scorched planet?
it,
Turner
was
One?
it was a desert, and now it's a really, 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 really hot desert.
Thanks, climate change.
Now is all of the sand glass on that planet now? Where's Drayton?
I mean, I'm pretty sure if the explosion was enough to scorch the planet, then all of the sand has turned to glass.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
The sand is liquid.
If,
I mean, it
if
does
not
look
completely vaporized. I mean, I don't know how sand works.
the sand does look lavacious, right? It's wild. So
You coming onto the sand?
no,
Hey, baby, you looking lavacious
Looking
tonight.
lavacious sand.
I don't even know if that's a word. If I'm being honest with you, I
It-
hope it
Lava-
is.
I bet it is. Like having the properties of lava. It's lavacious.
Well, that would be like lavish, like you're lavishing on something.
No, lavish is like
Expensive.
expensive and yeah, opulent.
I
Yeah,
would
but
look
so,
it up.
so if
but
you're looking
typing...
lavacious, yeah, if you're looking yeah, I know this word. It's like lavacious is like an ecclesiastical adjective meaning like lustful, essentially, like inducing lust, like lavaciousness.
It's
yeah,
not.
that's totally
It's
what's
not like having the properties of lava.
No, lavacious is like it means like overindulging
No,
or
that's
causing
lascivious.
Like
sir.
carnal.
That's
yeah, like
lascivious.
that's like a very
carnal
yeah.
urge.
Yeah, lavaciousness. I just from dictionary.com. Yeah,
No,
inciting carnal
it's a
urges.
different word. It's a different word. See, look.
It's a
See,
thesaurus.
Dissertator says it. That's lavacious.
I'm not talking about dinosaurs, Rain.
You're talking about lavicious.
I'm gonna tell my nieces my favorite
Lavacious.
dinosaur is the thesaurus.
Lascivious.
Lascivious.
Well, it's-
Lascivious.
Lascivious. I'm saying it on
Lasci-
stream.
Lascivious.
Lascivious.
Lascivious. I'm looking for lavacious, which is not actually a word.
I'll bet that's a word.
Lavacious.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Lavacious.
not.
No, I'm trying to use
not.
Google Voice recognition. It's not
Anyways.
working.
I think we should claim it. I think we can just invent words. All
do.
words are made up.
Lavacious is
We can claim
now
this one.
having the properties of lava. That's
Lavacious.
just what it means. That's what it
All right,
means.
submit to Merriam-Webster.
I will absolutely do that. I'm gonna write a note down.
We're making history right here.
So when you do
Submit
this,
word.
make it like a children's thing about it, about like the floor is lava, and then you can say it's lavacious. So then that way it becomes educational, and then you have more credit.
Yeah,
Of
we can make
course.
a kid's book.
Perfect.
The floor is lavacious and other poorly defined adjectives.
All right, so it's been about 5 days since
We can make it
the,
like a Dr. Seuss book, so we have to think
the
of
Turner
words that
thing
rhyme
happened?
with lavacious.
Do you really want to
Well,
talk lore?
Oh, are we talking about
They-
Eve? Sorry.
They didn't switch to renewable energy fast enough.
I mean, we don't have to. It's okay. We can talk about anything. I don't really care. But if we did want to talk about Eve, it is available. There is a plethora of news to talk about Eve.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my time in Horde.
Yeah?
Ooh.
What do you
I
like
am.
most about it?
Was that Villy
No,
talking?
that's
Oh, no,
Alterari.
Ow.
All right, Alterari.
Wow.
I'm gonna give
Jeremy's
you
so savage, dude. I hate him.
That fucking hurt.
Alterari, I'm
Oh,
gonna
shit.
give you a close up real quick.
Billy.
Billy.
Why are we giving me a close up?
Because I want you to tell us what you like most about Horde. It's so awkward, the close up. I love it.
Go back to the 4.
I'm sorry. All right,
But really, Dragon Lord, gonna make me not enjoy Horde. I'm having a blast here.
Durgalord. His name's not Dragonlord, it's Durgalord.
Whatever the hell his name is. He's messaging me on Discord telling me he's gonna make me not enjoy it.
Durgan.
Well,
Nah, I
Wait,
like
Jeremy,
the.
aren't you in Horde?
Jeremy's in. Jeremy's in.
No,
I'm
some
enjoying the
weird
variety of things that I can do.
coalition.
I'm in Legion of XIX.
You're not even Russian.
Yeah,
So-
and you being racist?
Altari, are you
No.
getting on any of these AKC kills lately?
Yeah, I was on one earlier today. Actually, I was on one of the Phoenix.
Which one? This one right here. This Phoenix. In JTAC L.
Yeah, I was on that one.
Or this one? What about this one? Were you on that one too?
No, just the one in JTech L.
Okay. So we do have, since you were there for that one, we could talk about this. Have you guys heard of AKC? Any of you?
I have.
No.
I was rejected from it, actually.
Yeah,
I am
but-
an AKC enjoyer.
An AKC enjoyer. We do have a special guest, Lowland Dragon. Lowland, do you want to tell us a little bit about the Anti-Crab Coalition?
It's basically just a bunch of idiots.
You can't say
messing
Game
about.
Awards on Spotify, thank you.
Basically, just a bunch of idiots messing about, batphoning people to get kills. Basically, we originally, God, I don't know. We formed it like a month ago or so because I quit the game like 6 months ago. Completely rage quit, fed my super, said I was never coming back.
Yeah, it
and then
sucked.
got
that
got
day. I
bored.
still remember it.
And then I got bored, and then 3 months later, I decided to come back. And then I was just like, oh, I'll come back with Blobs a little bit and NPC Delve, just me and like the couple guys we play with, and then we ended up just like it was Vex's idea to come back as AKC and just reform the alliance again.
Yes, Vex, the former Goon director.
Yeah, my boy Vex.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I'm the traitor, but he's the one that stays and hunts and Delve. I'm just putting it out there.
I bet he's blue
Goons.
scouting too, the bastard.
Because we restarted it as a meme, and then Vex was like, when he joined us, he's like, yeah, we should just actually play.
So I'm not showing it properly, but I'm scrolling through all of the stuff that you guys have killed so far.
Show the
kills
lost
been-
board of cheetahs, though. That's not forget.
The
lost
amount
board
of
of
cheaters we
cheetahs?
feed.
Why
If
do
you
you
can-
hunt and delve? Is it
If
just
you
like
can find me a
good
link of it, I'll
targets?
show it.
Yeah, there's Vex and Drag Me.
Oh,
There's Vex and Drag Me? Okay. I'll pull in the Vex.
What do you say, Jeremy? Why Delve?
yeah, what
Some
else?
fellow
Just, like, good
traitor.
targets or like?
Well, because before I quit last time, we had RC deployment, fire deployment, and
Test
we were
deployment.
in it at the time, so we never shot Imperium. We worked within it all the time when we were whaling, like me, Shro, and all the other guys we were with and stuff. So then when I come back, we weren't like with anyone, so we were like, fuck it, we'll just go to Delve, hang out, blobs a little bit, and then it ended up them feeding a lot, so we stayed.
Would you say the beehive is not a very effective method of home defense?
The beehive has been down for 26 hours or so.
Yeah, the beehive hasn't been great. Oh, it's not been the best.
The joke is the beehive is linearly like if you were to map when Zintage is online and when the beehive is up, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Anyway,
Yeah, they didn't have the best start.
And so you guys are just killing everything that you can get your hands on. I mean, you're killing carriers, you're killing marauders, you're killing supers, you're killing poor barges even. Well, that was way, way back. Orcas. So you guys having fun?
Yeah, it's been super fun actually. The main fun is literally just chilling on Discord with the boys, just messing about. Like if you come on our comms, everyone thinks we're super serious, but it's horrific.
You should talk about the important court meeting we had, alliance meeting we had earlier today.
Yeah, what were we going for? I don't know, we were going for something, and our numbers are crap.
It was the
so-
Phoenix.
I think it was the Phoenix actually, yeah. And the numbers are crap, so someone just pinged at everyone, important court meeting, come comms now, and then we hear on Discord like, did it?
Just to kill the Phoenix.
We have a Phoenix to kill, by the way, let's go.
And you guys are really just like getting everybody together too, because it's not just.
I mean, look at the
same
involved
crew.
list.
I'm looking at it.
But that's GTC. That's pretty much all GTC.
Yeah, it
and
is.
Horde, I think.
Yeah, GTC, Horde. It's a little bit of Boss Alliance. Are they in GTC?
Well, also GTC. Yeah.
Okay. Banderlogs? I think they're there too.
GTC.
You got some Deepwater Hooligans in there. And so this is
Yeah,
just
so
what
we
you
got,
guys
like,
do.
Isn't the list like GTC, Fire, Horde, Frat, Big Ab? Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing people.
GTC, Horde, Big
I just want to
think
take a
it's
look
pretty
at the last super you killed. So 85 involved. You got Horde. This is the hell that you guys killed most recently.
I think that was Horde, GTC, and Fire, maybe.
Scumlords.
Lord.
Yeah, no, I see some Legion of XX, Death XX. So yeah, no, you guys got a proper little like NPSI crew going that is like it's vouch only, so don't even bother DMing. But it could be fun, if you happen to get around and about and you run into these AKC friends. Just
want to put it out there.
away.
I will buy NPC Delve Dreads. Just shoot me a message in game.
And that is Altari Phoenix, by the way. He will buy them.
Correct.
And he will give you feet pics.
Yes,
Trust.
in order of preference, Naglfars, then Phoenixes, then Revs.
What about Rev Navy issues?
I have one of those.
Do you?
Well, I'll
You have one of
soon.
these? You have one of these Rev Navy issues?
Yeah.
Look at
I
this
I
pre-purchased
had that to
LP
go
for it.
so fast, dude.
Of course I did. I never said I was bad at this. But look, so this
You also
is...
never said you were good at it.
Right, never said anything. But this is the new Revelation. The Revelation Navy issue, is it? Oh, it's making sound effects. And you can tell
That is
it has
cool.
sound effects.
You told me to get the videos. I got
The sound
videos.
effects are kind of cool, though.
The sound effects are super dope, yeah. I like it.
I actually haven't seen the model of it. It looks really cool.
Well, you're seeing it right now. There it is. It's warping. So we got the Rev. And have you started to build one of these, or are you just okay? How long does the build take?
I'd have to tap over to Mandy.
Okay, well, never mind. It's not that big of a deal. But there's the Rev. We got the Nag. There's a fleet issue Naglfar. Got some extra.
What I should have done
antennas.
is just staged a dread and purchased it. Like flip the dread into a navy dread.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy them outright or buy the blueprint.
Wait, so you can buy the blueprint, or you can take a Revelation, a Naglfar, a Phoenix.
Yes.
And trade it in, plus what else?
LP, I believe.
Plus LP for just the ship. I didn't know
Yes.
about that. That's dope.
About to say Redline. That's how it works for a lot of Navy ships.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, honestly, me getting
On
a
Navy
ship
ships
is
too. Like
me
you can
getting a
buy a
Navy
Gila
ship is just
blueprint or
like
buy a Gila.
big click buy. Yeah, no, that's my bad. I just didn't know because I always just buy the ships from the market. But if I can get them that way, that seems fun. Tedious, but fun. And then of course the last one here, we got the Phoenix. And these all dropped today, right?
Nope. You're missing the Moros.
The
Come
what?
on. The Moros, the best looking of all of them.
The Navy Morris, which is actually quite functional compared to like the I don't know, Navy Nag. Which is
Okay.
ironically the worst of new dreads unless you're doing a crab beacon.
You know what? Jeremy's right.
The Phoenix looks pretty cool.
The Phoenix does look pretty cool. And the sound effects are nice.
The Phoenix is the premier pod dread of New now.
Yeah.
Navy issue.
What do you fit it with?
You fit it with all the things with bonus for it, like torpedoes and target painters.
So you have like what, 3 target painters? Oh no. Neoberry's coming in here and saying he doesn't hear any trash talk.
Oh hell yeah, Neo, get on.
Who's Neo?
Neoberry, he's a premier IQ 300 pilot.
Oh, so garbage? Got it.
I mean, I've played Eve more than you have recently.
I mean, that's
Doesn't
not.
mean you're
It's
not
not
garbage.
hard
That
to
doesn't
do.
make you any
Like
less
saying
garbage.
you walk more than a person without legs.
You know what? And then as a matter of fact, let me just tell you. Hold on, I got. Jesus Christ, that's that a direct message I needed to look at for a moment. But look, I played EVE Online the other day. I tackled Shattered Armor and a monitor, and I have proof of it somewhere. I'll find it and I'll show you.
Please do not announce the server when you're going to play Eve. We do not need to know.
Okay, I won't announce. I'll announce that I played it though. Because
Redline, this isn't Twitter. You don't have to tell us everything you do.
This is not an airport. We don't need to hear about your departures.
What about my arrivals?
It doesn't make sense, Jeremy.
I know it doesn't.
Look, I don't know if my mic needs to be turned up or if I just need to set closer to it. I was trying to fuck with the sound settings and it turned out a little bit shitty. So if it sucks, it's my fault. But I can't fix it, so I'll fix it later. You know, it's fine. But
You know what?
So, go ahead.
Jeremy, you get points for trying.
I try real hard.
Got so far.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Tried
Thank you so much.
and got so far. But in the end,
have
it
you ever
doesn't
seen,
even matter.
Have you seen whose line is it anyways? Redline.
Yes, I have seen Whose Line
I
Is
think
It
you need to start
Anyways.
awarding points for jokes on this show. You need to have.
Dude, can we do some
tracker.
improv?
Can we
I would love
downvote
to
other
do some
people?
improv.
Can
We could do some
downvote?
improv, yeah. If you wanted to do some improv, that would be fine. I'd be down with that.
All right.
All right. What's the deal with airplane food?
Give us a scenario.
Give you a scenario? Okay. So here's the thing. Can we do music?
Before we start this, I have
Can
to
we
run
do
off.
music?
So I will see you all soon. I might be back here in a few minutes.
alright.
I gotta go check on something.
See you later.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you. Damn it! Now the thing is broken.
I feel like the best one for us is the one where they do like they have to
Jamie.
make a song word by word.
Jeremy, get on camera. I need you.
I'm not a camera girl, but I'll turn it on for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I've gotta go.
What?
I'm trying to find just prompts, right? I can't find just prompts, and
Hold
also,
on, I gotta get
yes,
the tie on real quick.
Things you can say to your boss and your girlfriend.
I would absolutely love to hire Colin Mockery, because that's a good man right there. We like him. All right, here is your prompts.
It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but I think it'll fit.
Okay. Manic, I want you to show me things you don't expect to hear when you put your ear to a seashell.
Oh.
CCP fixing their game.
Hey, CCP actually is doing a great job fixing their game. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased so far.
Yeah, but
I've actually done okay.
Yeah, but it's not an Eve talk show unless you are shitting on CCP at least once.
Shut up.
That's not how this has to be. All right, I'm still waiting for the fourth camera, so you'll get like half of my face here, half of my face everywhere else, and we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Okay, hold on.
Whatever.
I'm plugging my webcam in now because I don't want the FBI spying on me.
Okay, sure. No, so the new ship skin window is fine. So Neoberry says in the chat that the UI designers are still drunk and playing with 80-inch screens. Look, it's fine. It's not that bad. Just scroll down a little bit more. It's okay.
They're just
Unless
really
you-
into ultra-wide monitors.
I wish they
I
added
mean-
more ships to the Alliance logo stuff there, because half the ships don't actually have it available.
Yeah, well, it's a healthy selection though. Like, it's quite a bit of ships that are available.
I can only fly a Widow, and I can't put it on my Widow.
Oof.
I'm just happy CCP's adding new ships. Like I had said, like I'm not gonna play the game until CCP adds new ships, and they're adding new ships, so I have to play the game.
They need to fix the launcher in the next QL update.
What's
Make
wrong
it
with
so
the
you can actually have
launcher?
more than- I think the limit is like 100 accounts you can have on launcher.
Why do you have that many accounts?
Nah, you can add more. You just have to clear
But
cache.
it
It's a
crashes,
fucking
dude.
ball. Yeah.
Why?
My
Why do you know that you can add more?
Because you
launcher
have to
just
use
shits
the
the bed.
drifter accounts. So when you have a drifter account, right, like an alpha for each drifter.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Yeah, you need that. That's like a fundamental component of
He's not
getting
wrong.
around wormholes.
Yeah, basically.
Like-
What Vex said. We have a lot of
I
accounts.
think I've done it.
A lot of accounts. It's
You
disgusting.
did. You did it, Jeremy. You're looking
Thank
great,
you.
dude. Thank you for
I put my
thank
tie
you
on
for
and everything.
arriving. You really did. You just tied it up around your neck. It's not even. What?
I'm
Why
a
are-
professional, Redline. I've got to dress the. I don't know why am I Ultra Phoenix? Why am I
You're
zoomed
not.
in?
I just fixed it.
Ah!
I don't know why you're zoomed in. Why would you be zoomed in?
Because this isn't actually a webcam, it's a phone because I'm too poor to afford a webcam, so I just use my phone instead.
Phones are like $900. What?
You
Yeah.
can get a
Jeremy, you can buy a
webcam much
camera for
cheaper
like
than a
$20.
phone.
Why are you
That's
buying
true, you really
phones?
can.
I don't pay for anything in life. Mommy and Daddy bought me this.
Jesus
I'd have to pay
Oh,
money
okay.
for a webcam. That's the reality of things.
Have mommy and daddy buy you a webcam.
No, I'm not. What am I? Ungrateful?
What am I?
Okay,
A
look.
trust fund baby?
Oh, why is it not fixed? What the fuck? I'm sorry. I
This is
absolutely
a nice
fixed
tie.
this.
This is a it's not silk. It's like
Looks like satin.
it's actually microfiber. It's a handmade microfiber.
Handmade?
Yes.
Someone wants to know if mommy and daddy can buy you a tie that goes in the collar.
Well, you see, I have a collar, but I'm starting to do like the old timey people, right? Where they don't put it on their collar. They it's around.
I hate this. How do I mute someone's camera?
Right
done.
click and disable video. All right, so we're cruising on through the Eve news. I think if we're keeping up with it, next up is more about the security change.
Wait, what about our
security status
improv?
changes. Oh yeah, that's right. We were doing improv. Sorry, we only did one and then stopped. All right,
Well,
so let's
I don't
try
think-
another one.
This is an Eve show, right? Just check.
Vaguely.
I
Yeah, it
wasn't
is.
serious about doing improv.
Things
I wanna
you
do
say to
improv
your
now.
FC that you couldn't say to your GF.
Yes, things you can say to your FC things you could say to your line members that you couldn't say to your girlfriend. Go.
Open up those lips and shove that shaft in there and suck.
I don't think you can say that to your line members either. I was gonna say kill yourself.
Well, that's
Okay, dude, you can't get us banned off Twitch, dude.
that's our first day
In
back.
game. In game. In game.
In game, yeah. You gotta do the program thing where you say kill yourself in game.
Self destruct.
Self-destructive.
Self-destruct.
Two fucking dictors.
I don't
Can't
think
you
that
find
one's
where it's
landing.
supposed to go?
How many men are there?
How did we go with
Oh
only
my
two
god,
dicks?
Ray. Oh my god.
Forget which way we were supposed to say it, so, but I figured that would
It's
work.
really funny.
It's fine. It worked. Whatever you said worked just fine for it. Oh, there's
Oh,
so
God.
many things.
I mean, you could say that to your girlfriend, but R.I.P.
Calm down, guys.
How about if Concord spoke like Dr. Seuss?
Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, so we gotta come up with
Ganking
a
here,
rhyme.
ganking there. You will not be ganking anywhere.
Jesus.
Gotta do something with alpha clones.
Oh fuck.
Gank together,
A pu-
gank
a pu-
alone. Just don't gank as an alpha clone.
Biggity bang!
That is like the
was
number
pretty good.
one. That is number one angry argument right now for this whole security status change thing, is that alphas
Awesome.
can't do it anymore.
Number one change. I hate gankers. I hate small gankers and I hate gankers.
All right.
What do
Well,
you-
I mean, let's look at this theoretically, right? Or not theoretically. Let's look at it logically. Like, almost every other activity in the game requires you to have, if you're going to do it with multiple accounts, they need to be Omega. If you're playing on multiple accounts at the same time, they should be Omega. That's what CCP intended. The fact that
God intended.
Come on.
like I just
Bob.
I just don't see the big problem with, oh no, I have to, be like everyone else and sub more accounts.
Well, I don't
Like-
necessarily think it's that they have to sub more accounts. It's just that there are some groups out there that see ganking. Well, in this dev blog, it says ganking is a necessary activity. And much like all necessary activities, in order for it to continue, it needs fresh people in it.
Let me
And-
explain because sorry, go ahead.
No, you go right ahead.
I actually have experience in this because little known fact about me, I was the person who wrote the skill planes for Pickle Rick back when that existed. If anyone remembers that hot flash in the pan of the Pappy War. The whole plan is written around a alpha alt just gets a referral code and you can get a really good ganking alt based off the million SP you get in the alpha alt. So what gankers do a lot of the times is they will just roll alpha clones with this, referral bonus, and then when they get neg sec status, they'll just make new alpha accounts. So it's literally a playstyle that has no consequences for engaging in it, when it should be one of the most consequential actions you take in Eve is to kill people on high sec, for money. It's enforcing that penalty. It's making that gameplay more really what it's designed to be and what it's supposed to be, rather than just you ganking random industrials for 50, 100 million ISK in high sec. You now have to think about, is this worth the consequences of me attempting to gank this or getting away with ganking this? Because there's now a negative ISK evaluation to that process and losing that tune eventually, or having to buy tags to get that tune back up to where it should be.
So it's basically just, you think this is just creating more consequence?
It's creating more consequences, which in a way is making the gameplay more interesting for a lot of
What's
people,
that?
rather than being ganked by a 2 million ISK ship, which you can get 5 of in 10 minutes for most people. And it's a protection for newer players as well, who, aren't great targets for these people now. And it's making that content more interesting and engaging for everyone involved, I think.
Didn't they also make it to where in certain sex status now, when you exit a filament, you now go suspect?
Abyssal filaments, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So they're
Have those
giving
changes
like
come yet?
CCP is giving them something back. They're like, hey, by the way, you can now shoot these people that come out of filaments, and they oftentimes will have better loot, better ships. Like, here, go kill these people instead. Like, okay, yes, they took away this thing from the gankers, but then they just gave them the, hey, you can now shoot abyssal runners again.
Isn't most the thing about ganking just salt though? Like, you don't do it for ISK.
I mean,
If
that's
you're ganking freighters and haulers and stuff, but if you're ganking miners and shit, you're just doing
I
it.
mean, that's definitely a part of it.
But I mean, how much of that is actually good for the game? Like, I would agree with you, Lone. And as well, to add on to your thing about abyssals, in 1 and 0.9 sec, it is completely banned for filaments, I believe, for the
And there's
abyssal
like a whole
filament.
table of if you get suspect timer, the tier you get suspect timer at, etc. And that's to purposely create more gankable targets in space that are actually meaningful targets, rather than, oh, this is a person, traveling in whatever shit fit frigate because they just want to autopilot and be lazy, sort of thing. Yeah,
High's
so there's the
actually
table.
making my neck itch.
I conveniently had the table already picked out so that we could look at it, yet I still scrolled through the article to find it.
I find it interesting that the lower tier filaments do not incur a suspect timer, and it's the higher tier ones that do. I think
Why?
That's
Because
how it
the-
used to be when filaments first came out.
'Cause the higher tier ones, the people running the higher tier ones are going to be coming out
More
with
valuable,
better
yeah.
loot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And more expensive ships.
Yeah.
I think that's a good variation on that.
So this I didn't really understand, because this is another one of those things where I'm always about including people and everything. And much like the security status changes, the changes to alphas not being able to turn their safeties to red and high sec, this kind of disincludes stuff, I guess. Because there are people out there that are once this stuff is in the game, they're just never gonna run filaments ever again.
You think?
I mean, that's kind of stupid. Like,
it is, and I really do think that people are just gonna stop.
yeah, I don't think that's CCP's fault. I think that's
can't-
just the players just need to nut up.
You can't make everyone happy. You have to balance the game around the audience which you want to attract. And and Villy stated this really well when they upped the sub price increase. The calculation that CCP does is that it will attract or keep more players than it will drive away players. They view it as something that has to be done, and it will drive people away, but it will also add and keep people in the game. You know?
So you think this will bring
Wait, I said that?
more
You
people?
said something to that effect. No, you said when the sub change happened, you said that CCP's gamble is that enough people will stay rather than leave to make so that they will make more money off of the sub price increase.
I want to know who enjoys the idea of having to pay more money for a game.
Well, I was parroting that idea somewhat, but
It's a terrible analogy, but I get what you're saying. And so
Yeah.
the purpose of this, right, is for CCP to create more risk. Because currently you can just endlessly run like filaments in Jita high sec sort of space. And yeah, you might get ganked, but it's a lot less risky for you. And so now this just ups the risk.
it's
So
not
if
like
you,
crab beacons are good.
yeah, I was gonna say, because if you want to run them free without any risk, you can still run T3s, and you have to go 1, maybe 2 jumps from Jita to do that. And it's essentially risk free. You can do them in like a hawk or something super cheap. That's what I would do, or that's what I've also done. And then like you can still get the loot. And if anything, if people stop running tier 6s because they're like, I don't want a suspect timer, I don't want to run it in 0.5 or whatever, then that just increases the value of loot for all the other tiers. Right? Like the
Good
loot
point.
is essentially the same. It just has a different drop chance and whatnot.
I'll be back in a sec.
But yeah.
All right. Pinecone, I actually didn't know that. What he's saying in chat, that it's hard to get ganked because you can just refilament, but if you're not in Jita, you can anchor an MTU so that you can avoid the gank, and that you can't refilament to avoid the gank. So I mean that makes sense. So why not just do that? Why not just make it so that you couldn't do the abyssals in trade hubs? Instead of going all the way back and doing all this complexity that I feel like a lot of people are just going to be like, yeah, fuck this, it's not worth my time.
Because would that really solve the issue? Because then you would still have people doing filaments in like 1.0 system.
Well, what's
and
the
being
issue?
able to
You
do
lie.
That's the question really, is what is the issue that we're trying to solve? Like, are
The issue
we
we're trying
just
to
trying to
solve-
get people into more systems in high sec? Like, for what?
CCP is trying to create
Hold
more
on, let me-
they say it in the dev blog, they're trying to create more legitimate gankable targets in high sec while also increasing the risk for people running high reward type PvE.
Oh shoot, that was my camera stand. Hold on. I was gonna make a drawing and I just knocked down my camera stand.
It's like they want to diminish that high reward because abyssals you're running them in relative safety. I won't say complete safety, but it's relative safety. So there's once you've meted the fuck out of a top tier filament, you're not taking much risk, and CCP doesn't want you not taking risks and reaping lots of rewards for it.
And I mean that makes sense.
Like it's I think it's pretty straightforward. The table, this chart, it's like it is kind of a weird. Like I said this on Open Comms a couple of weeks ago. I don't have a better solution, but at the same time, if I need to refer to a tabled chart like this to know how the content is going to affect my sec status, it seems, I guess, as long as this shit is communicated some way in game, then
I'm trying to.
no big deal. Yeah, risk should
we see your
increase
graph.
with reward.
Risk, reward. It's backwards me. So I've made this chart a lot of times on this stream to illustrate something. you see T6 abyssals and high sec were like here on this graph. Like there was virtually no risk in 0.1 space of you being ganked in a T6 abyssal runner, not only because of how hard it is to find, but the Concord response times, stuff like that in 0.1 space, especially if it's already been triggered. So they're moving this curve now, like up here. I wouldn't say it's like right here, whatever. It's like here. But they're taking away from this perfectly safe to be more in line with our risk reward bell curve.
And I see. I understand.
Yes. I made a
Your-
graph.
Your,
I'm a
your
professional.
graph makes great sense to me. Thank you for providing it. So they're increasing the risk for abyssals, and I get that. I do.
Is that a Moleskine notebook?
Yes.
Damn straight, yo.
I used to have a fountain pen that goes with it, but I lost the fountain pen.
I have an addiction to Moleskines.
They're very, very nice.
I can't not buy them when I see them.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. The kind of
Just,
notebook.
just little. Just
How did
it's
you
a.
know
It's a.
that was that
It's a
kind of?
Can you
brand of.
show it, Jeremy?
It's a brand of notebook,
Yes,
and they're
I
very
can.
nice and they're very well made, and yeah, I love them.
It's
okay.
some generic.
It's just
It's,
very simple and understated notebook.
My work gave me one of those. I still have it. It's pretty good.
They're like $20 for a notebook, but
That's not even
when
that
you
much.
write in them all day, it actually you feel like you're getting some value out of it. As weird as it sounds, the paper quality is also really high. They're nice and lined very well.
Oh
They
well,
get
see,
that
I got
little,
some.
Can you tear
It's-
pages out easily? That's my big pet peeve with notebooks.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
mine's like sewn in, but I also got mine off like some kind of like company on Amazon for like $7. So it's not an actual. It's like a generic of that basically. Yeah, and not anywhere near as good
This is like
quality.
the weirdest thing for Eve players to bond over, but I love it.
I want to show something.
my journal's like an XL size moleskin one.
So I have a couple of them. I brought one of them to Eve Vegas just in case I wanted to like sketch ideas for memes and shit. I wrote something down in my notebook in the middle of the night, and I, honest to God, do not remember writing this down. So it's a sketch of Heisenberg from Breaking Bad, and it says, "Drink some Walter, stay Heisendrated." And
Was this on Tuesday night?
I have no fucking idea. I mean, this is like my drunken handwriting. It looks like shit. I don't normally write like that. So I'm pretty sure I was drunk, but I seriously do not remember writing this down. It's so fucking weird when I found it.
Can I get
Stay
a close up of
hydrated.
that on the screen? I wanna show everybody this because this is really amazing. Oh,
Good,
Really
everybody.
great.
that's so great. Oh, well. So I guess that's really it for the abyssal stuff, huh? Does anybody else have anything to add to that? Jacob, you got anything?
Yeah. I mean, I think what folks was kind of getting on, and apart from what you were saying, I think that there's some amount of it too that's just supposed to be like anti-bot straight up. By that sort of reduced safety, now you can't have something quite so simple without, it'll be super easy for folks to go and gank in a 0.5 if you're not paying attention, especially for those high tier abyssals where those ships are worth, billions and billions themselves. The risk reward on that front, both for people doing it themselves, but also for botted things, shifts substantially to fit Jeremy's graph.
So basically, So basically, what
okay?
CCP is saying, I have no idea. So basically, what CCP is saying, if you want to make a ton of money, join a null block like the rest of us.
No, that's
Well,
not.
Well, if we
That's-
go back to hold
No.
on, I gotta get my curve out again.
If
Hold
you
on.
want to,
That's the
make a ton of
opposite.
money,
Let's get my graph out again.
Let's not get it wrong. Random middle of nowhere 0.5 systems are still relatively safe, and T6s still make a shitload of money. So it's definitely
Right,
not
so
like it's
they're
a
not-
bad thing to do.
They're not changing the amount of money that the filaments produce. Like the loot's still the same. They're just making you move around space. And I'm
If
just
anything, you might see the reward go up a little bit just because there's less people flooding the market with like the building materials and stuff that you get.
But I'm trying to make my. All right, where on this side of the graph do you think high sec is? Do you think it's high on the
Jeremy,
risk side?
You're showing your monitor the graph instead of us. Would you
Hold on,
like
no,
to
it's 'cause
show
Camera.
Okay.
Point it at your camera.
There
Well,
we
no,
go.
because
There
my
we
my
go.
camera is very slightly angled, so it's mirrored, and I'm trying to figure out which way to go because I got to
Jeremy
mirror it
doesn't know his
anyway.
That
angles,
way,
dude.
right there, exactly that.
All right. So do you think that the risk is high up on this for high sec or low on this for high sec?
I mean,
Jeremy,
I
it's called
don't,
high sec. It's high.
I don't think it's completely on the bottom because if we're being 100% honest, safety and Eve is more about population in the area than it is security status.
Okay,
Because
but
like,
if you're
the-
in bum frick nowhere null sec and bum frick nowhere high sec, all right? Go ahead,
and
sorry.
yeah, you take the high sec, but there's a lot more absolute nowhere null sec. No, like I'm still saying like the new abyssals are relatively safe, but you're much more likely to get ganked or lose your thing popping out of abyssal trace in a relatively busy 0.5 than you are in nowhere low sec or out in a wormhole or
I
something.
mean, yeah, right. Because a big thing is that abyssals don't show up on the overview like the crab beacons do. Is another thing about that, but that'd be a good feature. If you're running a high tier filament, it should show up on the map like a crab beacon.
I don't know if I'd quite go that far. Because part of the idea of crab beacons is you're in ships that can survive for a second and can fight back to some extent.
Yeah, unless you're in a dreadnought and it's Kikimoras, in which case you're buttered toast.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
unless
if
you
you
drop
pop
the
it,
entirety of Pandemic Horde on it or something, but yeah.
I mean, not even
if you
that. Like,
pop, if you pop into your filament and there's 5 tornadoes waiting there for you, you're dead. Like, there's no play around. There's no like, oh, I'll tank it with my Pitham X type crystal set, set up Stormbringer or something. You're just dead, right? Because you're fit to conduct the abyssal, and you really can't modify that fitting with buffer or any of the things that would help you against tornadoes or whatever else, or 15 catalysts or whatever, right? You're just dead. And that doesn't create any form of engaging, interesting gameplay where people come help you, etc. They show up, you got a couple minutes left in your sight, you're just dead. And that is not good gameplay.
are you saying abyssals are a mistake, Billy?
No.
Unfortunate.
I think he's
I,
saying
I,
the
I am
opposite.
definitely saying that well, I wasn't saying this, but I think that the lucrative nature of abyssals has gone a little bit too far.
I think
And
no
that-
one. Yeah, I think no one would complain about abyssals if T6s just didn't exist.
Rain, what about my face? I see you typing in Twitch chat.
You were just like, unfortunate, just deadpan when Billy said no. It was so funny.
So Joe in the chat though, he does say that the threat of ganking has more influence than actual ganks. What do you
I
think
get what
about
he's saying
that?
from that. I mean, it all plays off of one another, and it kind of depends on your own personal feel too. But he's saying like an empty 0.8 is probably safer than not being or being suspect in an empty 0.8 is safer than not being suspect in a 0.5. And I get what he's saying there. I'm sure it'll depend because we're after going to see how, especially with like the alpha ganking changes, how all of this is going to kind of react because there's going to be multiple cogs turning at once here.
Yeah, so on Friday we had someone who'd mentioned that it takes 6 coercers to kill like a Gila coming out of the abyss running T6. I don't think those numbers are accurate, but I mean that's
it
what
wouldn't
you'd be
surprise
looking
me,
at
to be honest, if it is. I mean, if you put, the coercers with triple heat sinks and, whatever pulse and gleam, and you just overheat, you're probably doing like 600 DPS. It wouldn't surprise me. So somebody pops out, bam, they're digging 4K DPS to the face. They have no buffer, right? So they just go pop, 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 pop. 15 seconds later, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be true. So are the changes to the abyss out yet? Or is this
Yes,
still...
those should be out now, I thought.
Okay. Yeah, so those came out
Could be
today.
wrong, so.
No, you're right. They came out with the Uprising expansion, which was today. At least it should have been. Now another kind of big part of it was the tethering and the docking. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Does it change a lot? I mean,
I'm frustrated by that from the perspective that if I PvP, so this whole dev blog was written for high sec ganking and abyssals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I solo PvP and null and low sec, I am still affected by that change, and that makes me salty.
Yeah, so like really, the people most affected by this are low sec pilots, because they're the ones who, they actually do what they're supposed to do, and now they're getting penalized for it, which does kind
Yeah.
of suck. But I don't know how you would do it otherwise.
I mean, you could make it so, like if I were to shoot pods in low sec, I could see taking a sec status. But if I'm into Plex, just like PvP in my heart to my heart's content, I shouldn't take a sec status, regardless if I'm in faction warfare or not. And then same with like doing I don't know, just doing anything, right? Like if I want to gate camp in low sec, sure, like let me just fucking gate camp or whatever.
What is
It's
the?
a pretty low sec status hit for not pod killing something in low sec, isn't it?
It is, but like I do it a lot and I'm really bad at the
True.
game, so I feed
And
a
then
lot.
also with negative sex status, you can buy tags to fix, can't you? Or am I just thinking of rep?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
but this announcement change, all the tags have been bought out, so.
Oh yeah, well.
But essentially, what it is that it's making it so like outlaws can't dock, right?
Yeah, it's
So
like
even though it's a low hit that you get, it's still the fact that if you're actively playing the game and you're actively playing in your designated space, that you will always be taking those little hits, and it'll add up. And yeah, you can buy tags, but like Rand said, everything's been bought up now. It was bought up on, when did this get announced? On November 4th was probably when security tags stopped being on the market. I've got a bunch of them in Jan, just kind of waiting for when I need to get my security status back up.
And like it sounds kind of dumb for me, like complaining as like a solo PvPer, right? And my Tristan, right? Like it shouldn't really affect me too badly. But if you're someone like, gee, I don't know, like Snuff, or like old Wrecking Crew, or like some of those folks where like they just live in null sec or low sec, excuse me, and even not even faction warfare in low sec, and you just run around and do stuff, and you're like, man, let's just do like our 100 versus 100 battleship fleet, and it's all small gang and super fucking fun. And this, it's like, yeah, you take that sec status, and now it's like, good fucking luck, kid. Good luck ever going to high sec. You want to go into an MPSI fleet in Jita, or go trade something, or do this and that? Nah, bro, you gotta have an alt, and that's frustrating.
Well, I mean, you can go
that
to
makes sense.
capsule, right?
Yeah, but then you get blown up in a capsule. Like it's really easy to
not in
gank a capsule.
Yeah. Like if you land on the undock and you're not directly able to dock, you just get shot by a tornado. And people can do it for free.
I'm noticing here, it specifies that they can still
Jeremy, never
dock
make that noise again.
and- that they can still dock and tether in low sec is the thing.
Yes, they can. But
Okay.
what's not in low sec?
People.
Starts with an
Okay.
M and ends with Arcit hubs.
Okay, but in all seriousness, could this result in the establishment of like an actual low sec market hub?
Yeah, Rens already exists, dude.
Now, see, that, my friend, is an interesting question. And that's the question I was just about to ask. It's almost like you also host talk shows. But
Yeah, but I don't host good ones.
none of us do. So, but it could very well be that they start using these low sec markets more often. I believe Dodixie is high sec. Don't quote me on that. I haven't been
Dodixie
there
is
in a
high
while.
sec.
But I mean, Rens is there, and it's low sec. There was a Keepstar in low sec. Is that still there? Or did that get blown up? That got
Amamake,
blown
yeah.
up, didn't it? Not Amamake, the Keepstar where the non-pirates live, where the
No,
normal
Snuff
people
killed that
hang
one,
out.
remember?
There's
Yeah.
been like
Killed that one.
there's been I think what 5 keep stars in low sec at
Wait,
various points.
does Fraternity still have theirs?
Villy, this is the
Poison
perfect
and still
opportunity
Yeah.
to reopen the low sec branch of the TTT.
Yes, the perfect opportunity to lose another Keepstar to Snuffed Out.
Thick thunder thighs. Let's go.
Exactly. No, but there has been all kinds of different low sec keep stars, but now there's basically just Amabake for low sec keeps at this point. I just don't think anybody's interested in dealing with Snuff effectively.
Well,
Redline, we've said
Warlord.
Snuff like 3 times. This is your segue.
It is. We're getting there. I'm waiting for the ambassadors to show up.
Redline,
So
are you
that's
joining
the-
Snuffed Out? Are you joining Snuffed Out, Redline? Is that
No,
what I'm getting
I'm not.
here?
I'm not joining Snuffed Out actually, But
Line couldn't get in Snuff, dude.
I could if I wanted to.
He got.
But
Never mind, I can't laugh
I'd
at
have to
joke on Twitch.
unban Tao AD.
And anytime you say it like that, yeah, I could if I wanted to. Yeah, sure, okay.
If you don't fire me, I quit.
Also, I just want to say with regards to markets, I've played the market game in high sec, and it's not worth it.
It's totally worth it if you are an FC and you have preordained knowledge about what your alliance's new doctrines before the changes.
Okay, you see, I'm not that.
Jeremy, that just sounds like you've scammed all of your fleet members.
You think they tell Jeremy anything ahead of time?
I don't think
I will just say that vultures on Jita before Fire announced they were getting vultures were 290 mil, and now that they're like 330 mil last time I checked.
Can't
I'm
believe you
surprised Fire
scammed your
buying up
members.
6 vultures did that much of a difference.
17, dude. 17 vultures as of last week was like 2/3 of the Jita market.
See, Jeremy, if this would have been like 6 months ago, I would have gone to you and been like, hey, if you list them in my biz before Dazar, I'll give you like 30% of all the money that the Fortizar makes.
What?
I'm trying to get people to use my market hub.
We do
Market
have
hub?
In
some,
low sec?
we do have some new friends joining us. We were talking about Snuffed Out, and we said their names 3 times, and now they're here. So
That's how it works.
Is Red there?
good job on that one. Is who there?
Is Red here?
Not a Red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Nada. Nada, you're famous.
Nada, you are famous.
Nick's more famous though. He got the main text in the fucking article.
He got the what?
I got it on a fake name. I don't know.
Yeah.
As
So
fake Mook's actual.
Rick Javix had a fucking article wrote about us in fucking MMORPG.com.
Oh no, that was
Oh, I saw that.
that was a member of his group that wrote that though. So like I don't know how much we can take that.
I forget whether it was in Cesspool or somewhere else, but I saw the picture of Rick's crew with like 5 or 6 frigates out defending that structure.
So not a red. Tell me what the fuck y'all did. What's this explosion?
We're kind of friendly with Galmil, right? They're kind of our friends. And, well, not really. We killed
Wait, who?
Galmil. Like, there's some group in
Oh,
Galmil
Galmil, okay.
we're kind of friends with. They give us a lot of money to be friends with them.
So they pay you, got it.
Yeah, so Rick said went and harassed them for some reason because there's some, like, dumb drama between essentially high-sec players in reality of what they actually are. And we caught wind of this because Rick was crying on Twitter that people were shooting his space station in a video game about shooting space stations and spaceships. So him and Galmil eventually made an agreement after being mediated by a other Eve streamer, I'm not going to mention his name, and we didn't take particularly kindly to this. So Galmil weren't going to kill Rick's structure. However, no agreement was made with us after Rick's was contacted. Hey, Nuke, do you want to talk about a bit more what we did? We offered to Rick's?
Oh yeah, no, we made a very generous offer that he could, simply pay rent like everyone else in the area does, and his structure could live.
Do they really pay rent to you?
Yes.
Did you tell them that you're gonna make him an offer he can't refuse?
No.
No. We essentially he then decided to come tell Nod and I that Snuff knew about the structures and we had no idea what we were talking about, which meant we kind of had to show up and kill it at that point, right?
Yeah. So he wouldn't contact our head of diplomat or our alliance diplomat, a nice guy called Trottle Elf. So he wouldn't contact him and negotiate a price. So we showed up, killed the structure, and he wrote a blog post, and then he wrote another blog post, and then he wrote a third blog post, and then we went to reinforce another citadel, after which he wrote another blog post.
I like to mention that one of those blog posts was him writing a fan fiction about beating Snuff, and that is not an exaggeration.
So it kind of sounds like, so you know how like when you own an apartment, right? You have to pay rent to a landlord in order to live there.
Yes.
It kind of sounds like one of those situations because, like, I mean, I pay my apartment rent. Like, I'm a good tenant. I want to have a place to live.
Exactly.
So,
I say this as someone who has paid rent to Snuff before, and mind you, it didn't end well. But if you expect to set up in northwest to north low-sec, you pretty much have to either pay rent to Snuff or expect they're going to come blow your shit up.
Yeah, so Init tried anchoring a Keepstar a few weeks ago, so that ended I expect.
Well, let's be fair. It's not like you guys were. you guys got invited to kill that, not like you were the one.
No,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think we
you're,
would be fine there on our own.
Yeah, I mean, but you weren't even tracking it as far as I'm tracking.
well, it
No,
was an
we were there.
anchoring timer. Like,
Yes, you were there because you were invited. I was in the conversation where you were invited. Like,
Yeah, I don't think that's particularly true, given I'm going to fucking scout it for snuff.
oh yeah, okay, really? So you weren't gonna, you were gonna show up the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh sure, okay.
I mean, same way we showed up to kill your fucking move up, but you didn't know about
Showed
that,
up to
did
kill
you?
our what?
Your fucking move up, but you didn't know about that, did you?
Yes, I definitely didn't know about that.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's not why the whole problem started. Because when I
we're
talked to
getting on a
Hyde,
tangent
What are
here.
we talking about?
We're getting on a tangent about when Billy fed a bunch of Titans to snuff because he's not very good at move ups. So
All
How
right.
long
basically,
ago was
Who is?
this?
Jeremy, shut up.
who fed Titans stuff?
you did.
No,
Then
I
you
didn't.
went on the meta show,
I
cried
lost
about it,
one-
and then you fed 3 Titans the next day. The snuff in your fucking home system.
What are you even talking about?
You don't
I
remember
lost
this?
one Titan to snuff on the move up when Hy lied to me.
Yeah, then you went on
What
the
other
meta
Titans
show.
are you talking about?
We're talking about the ones we killed in Esoteria the day after that meta show.
Oh,
want
the
PR?
fucking random, like, okay, cool, yeah, the 2 of them, right?
Yeah, the fucking Cope Titans.
Yeah, cool, dude, you killed some fucking ratting Titans. Congratulations, sorry, I didn't...
how
I
do
mean,
we
that's
get on this
well done,
topic
well done.
exactly? Back
still a
up.
Titan though.
But yeah,
Like,
basically, if you're in Losac, you pay rent the Osor, we kill your shit. We even rent
Yeah,
out
yeah,
some space
and
to
even if you
some of
pay
them.
rent, they'll still come kill your shit.
Yeah, Galmo
No,
were
no,
having
no.
a nice time.
So what, sorry?
We'll just
Galmo
offer to
were
raise
having
the
a nice
rent,
time.
and you know, you can choose to pay the higher rate or not. That's how it works.
Stuff is literally a null block.
Sometimes rent's
I
good,
think
it happens.
I think it also has to do with like with terms of negotiation. Because I mean, if you negotiate for like one structure, but then you do another, I mean, that wasn't covered by the negotiations.
No, Galmo has been anchoring new structures, and they're great.
Well, to be
Every
clear, if you
time-
negotiate with Snuff, you get whatever they want. It's not like you, how do I put this, have a deal that's have any value. It's like...
But read it this way, right?
Blue is just a color.
So like,
Oh,
Rick's
they don't get
stuff
set blue.
would still be
Renters do not
alive
get to be blue.
if he didn't go on Reddit or fucking Twitter and cry about it, right? Because if you go on fucking Twitter and cry about your shit getting shot, people gonna come shoot your shit.
So now before you dive into that, I have a sequence of events that happened. And so right now on the screen you can see this is the explosion of the structure that Snuffed Out killed. And Rick's whole story up to this point was, I did nothing wrong. There was a random guy in my group that was talking shit about how Stay Frosty or whatever owned the space because they had a structure there, and that everything was defensive. But like a little while ago, he's out attacking structures.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And talking about it, like what you doing, buddy?
So what happened there was that what happened was there was a shit talk thing, and then because of someone tells you, oh, we own Soft here, you're not allowed to be here, and you go, okay, well fuck you, we're gonna shoot your structures. And that's what Galmo did to his structures in Roletta. And they tried to Diplo it out, right? They talked to each other, and Galmo agrees, okay, we're not gonna follow up on it, right? Like we've made friends, we're not gonna shoot each other's structures, and they don't show up on the follow up. But Rick forms for the follow-up anyways, and then uses the excuse of, well, we formed up, so we have to shoot something, and goes and shoots the structures again and starts the whole thing over.
Yeah.
And that's how we ended up involved.
Like, sorry,
Because,
at that
our
point,
mentor structure got shot.
at that point, we had already made a decision because he's crying on Twitter about it. It would just be really fucking funny. And then
Yeah,
he
but
told
it
us
gave
he
us,
had
like,
13,000 fitted frigates in it, which is just going to be a fucking nightmare that you can get your computer the fucking asset safety. So
Always the same, aren't you? Just out to ruin it for other people, eh?
But it doesn't end there, right? Then he does some like I kind of think Hawaii Vile shit, where we go shoot another Citadel, and he writes another blog post, and in it he says they wouldn't shoot the Citadel where we make all the free-for-all frigates, and is named after our friend, and then links this article about a disabled person that was in his group. So kind of meat shielding your structures behind a disabled person is kind of fucking vile to me. So we went and killed that then, because like we had a fucking Fortizar named after Snuff guys died. Someone killed it. We don't particularly care about that because it's fucking, you can't meat shield everything behind people.
But then there was a twist. There was a twist to the events here.
Oh yes, this is a good one.
And that
Poor
you
old
guys,
J6.
You guys
Jumping into
let
high sec.
J6 feed his marshal to this person.
Yeah, so
Click
J6,
on the kill mail. Look where it is.
I know
It's
where
great.
it is. I know where it is.
J6
Do it.
decided to follow an H-star for a gate. He shouldn't have followed a H-star for a
Right.
gate for.
And obviously Snuffed Out, so pirate, and what
You
happened?
can't go to high sec. No one can go save him.
Yeah. Good job, J6. But I really thought that this was gonna give some momentum, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't, because right after this, a few hours later, we went and killed the next Citadel, which was the one where they apparently built everything, but there's nothing in the
This was
build,
the
so that
after.
was a fucking lie.
Baited.
Then, as we killed that structure, an incursion spawned in the system, and we had all left at this point. So he thought it was a great idea to start reinforcing our structure in the Citadel, our system, with his dreadnoughts and carriers, which were not in siege and already pre-aligned. What he didn't count on was two of us gating supers, a fucking Nix and a Revenant, from 2 gates over and coming in and blapping his carriers. So he managed to kill a Marshal, then lose a Citadel, then lose a carrier, nearly another carrier, and as of today, he has bent the knee.
I didn't see any tweets about losing those other things.
No.
I was gonna say, wait, you said they were.
To clarify. The only thing that died was a Thanatos because he didn't siege the dreads and just warped them off as soon as local moved, right? But the Thany got pointed by the structure and died.
You said there was nothing in the citadels, though. Wouldn't that only happen if they were abandoned?
So things in build do still drop. Keep that in
Oh, okay.
right, and nothing dropped from build. There were a few things that were in build that looked like reactions, but they weren't frigates.
Only active builds dropped. Just to clarify correctly.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
so then after that, so earlier today, I get a funny DM from Rick Stravix, essentially saying, "Okay, how much do I have to pay for you guys not to kill the last structure, which is the Rotaru?" Which is how this tweet happens. Because you probably didn't see it earlier, but we had replied to one of his tweets with tweet essentially. Let me pull it up. It was a
You can't pull it up actually.
Nice. I mean, can I pull up and send
Twitter
it to you?
account was banned.
Was it actually?
Yes, it was because
we got banned. I didn't.
You got banned because that tweet. Hold up, it was on. I'm getting distracted, and I know nobody else cares about this.
I do redline.
Is this somebody else impersonating Elon?
No, where?
No, that's
there.
The
You
joke.
go. I sent it to you. It's still up.
Yeah, I got banned.
Are you
It's also
sure?
not working. It's also one guy and
It
stuff.
was here, and it was this right here. Oh,
You
no.
just scroll past
Never
right there.
mind. I
So,
just scrolled past it. There we go.
Denounce these
there's
speeches satanic.
There's
and
the demands.
Then, if you look at Rick's Twitter, you'll see that he did in fact.
Yep.
Agree to our demands after some negotiations.
Yep, and that was.
So that's how it ends.
His most recent, not most recent. And this is sad because deep dish pizza is not satanistic.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Deep dish pizza is fucking amazing. And
It-
I cannot
It does
actually
not deserve to be
believe
called pizza.
I
It's not
cannot
pizza,
believe
it's a
that
pie.
you
It's
made this man do
tomato
this.
pie.
This is the Pirate Lord of Losec, my friend.
Oh yeah, sorry. He's also renounced that title. That title now belongs to Jonas. Jonas is the Pirate Lord.
Oh my god.
Jonas is his Lord and Savior.
He is
So
the Pirate Lord.
Jonas,
He is the Space
so
Pope.
Jonas is the Pirate Lord and the Space Pope.
According to Rick's now, yes.
But Jonas
To
still
save his
can't get a
Rotaru.
GF.
Well, popes aren't allowed to get married. This is clearly in the rules.
It's true. This is true.
Alright, fair
Ezra.
enough, fair enough. So what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna keep killing his shit?
Well, he bent the knee, so if he stays in line, then he's nothing to worry about.
Yep.
And if he always gets out of line, no matter where he moves the event, we can always ruin that.
Or if they get bored.
You wouldn't.
We
You
would
wouldn't
never.
go. You wouldn't go and
mean-
ruin the event, would you?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
We dropped a smart bombing Nestor on it last year, and that was pretty funny.
Oh no.
That's it. My corp. We just brought a bunch of what was it? AOE jamming frigates and just warped
We're
around.
not even the only ones who
That's
show
a
up to grief
classic.
it. Tons of people do.
Yeah. That's most of the fun. But yeah, when you're getting in the space of a week 4 blog posts and a fucking article, it's kind of hard not to just keep doing it for fun.
Wait, was you guys actually interviewed in the article too, or not really?
No, well, they talked to Alyssa, and I don't know why they talked to her, but that's the one person Snuff they had talked to.
This is one of the more agreeable people and stuff.
Probably the nicest person who they could have talked.
I like her.
-10 security status. Imagine that. We'll enjoy not going to high sec, scumbags.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because that fucks us over, but it does nothing to high sec gankers because you're not ganking in a you're not docking in a ganking ship you're undocking with.
Right, right. And you don't like. I mean, there was the conversation of people using tether to do it, and I'm sure they do, but I doubt it's as. I doubt it's as widespread as it is
Yeah, if you really want to
Lost
try
that.
hard, you should use a fucking bowhead.
There you go. Easy.
I think that's everything. That's the whole story, though. There's nothing else really to talk about with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. That was just it. The fun stuff is behind the scenes, but that's for a later day.
Oh no, he's made sure all the fun stuff's in public.
You just can't shut up about it.
I would encourage you all to read the fanfic. It's called like One Long Drag of a Cigarette or something, where he's like
The long drag of the first smoke or something. It's on his blog.
It's amazing. Where we're
Snuffed
relegated
out
to
his
high
cigarette.
The Evo
yeah,
game.
we're relegated to high sec or something. The free for all event goes along well, and this Marshall's schooled by a bunch of newbies.
I gotta
There it
find
is.
it. Oh no.
Right there.
I don't want to look at it.
No, it's bad.
Open on. Well, I don't think I'm gonna read it out loud to the
No,
group.
you don't have
but
to. You can just scroll to the bottom and you can get it. So that last paragraph, the last large paragraph.
This one?
Mm-hmm. He sees
Okay.
nothing but victory.
I do kind of want to read it out loud. Can you guys put an
Do
X
it.
in the chat if you want to hear me read just this last paragraph out loud?
You want me to lay down a beat for you?
No, don't let it. I'm not
You
gonna
want a
rap it,
poll?
I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna lay
read
down a
it.
beat.
I was just gonna have people X in the chat. Same as effing. Okay, Pinecone needs me to read it for him to be able to understand what it is. So that's fine, we'll do it. He grinds the blunt into the armrest. The smoke slowly clears around him. The gaze is a long one. He isn't even truly looking at the carnage. He is looking past it, into the future. He doesn't even see the wreckage. He sees nothing but victory. Thousands of capsuleers fighting around a new structure. A victory over oppression. A long road of which one structure is nothing but another turn. A trap all too easily sprung, and all too eagerly accepted. How does one defeat that which cannot be defeated by force? By sheer force of will. Was that worth it?
I'm impressed you kept a straight face the whole time. I would not have been able to.
I looked exactly.
You were cringing.
I looked exactly at the text, and I did not look at my friends laughing at me to the left. So I was able to read through that entire thing like that.
Yeah, like I said, he wrote his little fan fiction about beating Snuff.
Yeah, well, you know, I wish he would have. Because you guys are dicks. Just saying.
Oh
Is
yes.
that, hold on, is that an
please.
NFT you selling?
The
Or
more people who want to come beat us, the better. So yes.
Yeah, like please come and get Rakapass. You know where we live, State Planet 5.
You know what
I
I'm
think-
gonna do?
I
Do you
think
have
we
any
should do.
structures in Rakapass? Oh god, I just
Oh,
got
yes,
splinter.
many.
Never mind your structures.
You can enjoy bashing a fucking RMR faction for it with 4 plates.
I want to get Horde, Fire, and Imperium together, and let's go to Raka Pass with all of our
Oh,
Titans.
don't worry. Well, he did
and
get
see
Brave
who
for
comes
one of
out.
the timers. They showed up in 20 bombers and didn't do anything.
Yeah, Brave tried, didn't work.
They did
Yeah.
try.
When we killed the structure, they had 100 people in system. We had 17.
And they didn't even fight back? What'd you
Yeah,
have? Like supers?
We have
they-
max
they fought
under
the-
triage, and they have they had a Caracol fleet, a few Lashaks, and some bombers.
Okay, so
Simply
they had.
focus Void Bomb.
So
You
wait a
can't
second.
focus Void Bomb in low sec.
Oh,
Are
really?
you-
Oh, why do they have bombers? What?
Torp damage, I guess.
I mean, it's Brave. They're not exactly very smart. And Law and
They
Order
should
is
have. They should have got a bunch of Ewart frigates with long range newts on them. It would have been better.
And then
Oh,
you
they did.
want,
This was my favorite one.
To shoot max.
The second structure that died, their defense force to try to force off the bashing dread. I don't think they quite understand dreads. Was they attempted to damp out the dread?
Military genius Shadow Tomorrow strikes again.
you can't do.
Yeah, and the drive is only a kilometer, so even if it was damped to shit, it would still be able to lock it. And then
I
they
just
tried to
got
jam it.
griffins.
Yeah, but it was griffins and
Can't
a
jam the
cave.
dread either.
Yeah. So.
Would have made more sense at least.
I guess, yeah.
Shadow Cardell used to do something funny when they couldn't fight back, is that they would just get like a 500 NN stabber and just bash it into the side of the dread and knock it flying. Because it doesn't slow down siege.
It's actually effective. Fair play to him.
Red line. That's broken.
Do we lose red line?
I'll fix it
Red
in just
red
a second.
line. Red line.
I need to just be right back for just a minute.
I think he's doing a hit, dude.
Oh boy, you guys talking about the MER next?
I haven't looked at the MER.
He wants to, but I don't think anyone understands it.
Well, I do, and I want to point out Dracarius is a botting alliance. And,
No, but it's better if none
my
of us
God.
understand it. If none of us understand it, we just talk shit about it anyways, like we do.
Hold on, red line can't
That's what
stop me.
Jeremy's doing exactly.
Red
Jeremy,
line
you can't
can't-
just call people bots.
Yes, I can.
Put those
Why
feet
are
down,
you
dude. We're
doing
gonna get
that?
banned.
Do all red line wasn't
Oh,
here.
for free?
Send ISK to me. I'll send you. You know, I won't wash my feet next
That's
time.
called RMT, dude. You can't trade
actually-
ISK for.
I'm pleased
You
to
know
see
he-
how
That's-
clean your
That's
feet are.
That's FMT, feet money trading.
Actually, I don't think there's technically not about that. You can pay ISK for a real life thing. You just can't do the opposite.
See, this is when
No,
we
you
hear
can't.
about.
Because I tried to joke about it once, and CCP yelled at me, and I'm not
Wait,
allowed to
really?
do it.
You couldn't
Yeah,
pay
I tried
for someone
people. I
to.
traded nudes for ISK, and they said no, that's RMT. You can't say that. Like, well, fuck.
I paid a guy 1 billionist to make a rap video
Oh.
about someone.
Well, if it's
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
it's
but like that's like a
in-game
parody,
content
right? Yeah,
or
like if
related
it's,
to,
or if it's arts, right? Like, oh, nudity's art, dude. I'm trying it.
I don't know.
what are you, a classical painting?
I think
Yeah, I'll
So-
paint my body like a ship girl.
So
or
wait, is
something.
this where we hear about the what was it, the Jeremy? Fuck it. It's the moment's gone now.
You put like you make your butt look like an avatar.
I'm trying to figure out how that
which
would work,
one?
and I'm not sure it would.
Jeremy, what the fuck? Have you seen a butt in an avatar before?
It's art.
It's not an answer.
This is so stupid. Shut the fuck up. So anyway, the MER.
Oh no, I'm imagining listen, I'm imagining the
Don't
avatar
you describe a butt
and
that's
like
compared to an
the
avatar?
anus. The anus is like the
Hey,
opening of the avatar.
Question. Did someone show feet?
No.
Jeremy may have put his
No.
up to the camera.
No.
I didn't see any.
It's only bannable if someone in chat asks to see feet. Showing your feet is not bannable in itself if it's like accidental or just coincidence. But if someone says, "Oh, can you show us your feet?" then you can get banned for it.
Why do you know
Oh shit,
that?
I've done that so much.
Because I remember a streamer talking about it before.
Okay, so I do
Everyone-
have a question for you guys though. Why was the sea so embarrassed when the diver jumped in? Because they could see its bottom.
I was expecting an Eve related.
Very shallow
Joke.
red line.
2 out of 10.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh,
We don't-
brother, this guy stinks!
We don't have to talk about the MER if you guys don't want to. There were just I was saying this before the show, but with the MER, I'm really more interested in comparing this information to the MER for November because I
View
feel
it.
like there's gonna be a big difference in like ratting and stuff. But I want to see how many people actually came back.
Well,
You
there
know?
is like an actually visible. I remember that much. There's a visible ratting ISK spike right at the end of October.
Yeah, so
Which
that would
might
be
be related to the BRM, but it also might relate to the fact that I
Oh,
think there
not
was actually
that.
a fair amount of bounty payout ISK from that
right there.
Crimson Harvest event.
The spike you're referring to is right there.
Yes.
And now this goes up to levels previously seen in what, like November of 2021? Mid-November?
That's before 20. That's 2020. Look.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, November 2020.
I find it interesting also that the bounty price tax is like an inverse of the transaction tax, or the bounty price is the inverse of the transaction tax.
Is that on this? Oh,
Yeah, look at the bottom. Look at transaction tax, and then look at the chart for like bounty prizes.
What caused the big spike in transaction tax? When was the tax change? Was that late 2021?
That was early. That was December 2022.
December 2022 hasn't happened yet.
Or December.
It's
Sorry, December 2021.
Okay.
Which lines up because we were
Yeah,
because
that
we
lines
said
up
that
with
the first big spike is when it happened, and then there's the Delve evac shortly after that after that first big spike or that second spike, and it goes down. Yeah,
Now you're
'cause
talking about like in. Well, no, because the war started in July. Or are you talking about M2?
Okay, when
None of that would be on here. This is just sinks and faucets.
Okay, we're reading way too far into it, honestly. But this
Isn't
right
that the
here.
fun of this? Just to make bullshit predictions based on what we think it is with no understanding of it? Because that's what I like to do.
Look at the corporate war parrots for Triglavian invasions though. Look at Pochvin. Look at that fat line that is almost entirely owned by PH.
And continuously going up.
It's actually overtaken. That's interesting.
Well, incursions is looks like the incursion been trending down. When was the incursion change that made it only one spawn? Can't even see it on here, which is odd.
That was a long.
It's been
that
a
was
while.
longer.
It was before I started
Done.
playing, so
That's
it's
not
been
on.
a hot
That's
minute.
not on this graph even. That's like
never mind then.
predate. Too far left.
Wow, I actually predate this graph. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, it only goes back to 2019.
I know, that's why it's impressive.
I predate this graph.
But
I don't think is anyone here who wasn't playing pre 2019.
I started October 2020, I think.
Actually, I might have started just before this graph.
Well, I started
It's
in
depressing.
February of 2018.
Right.
What the fuck? I'm used to being the newest one in the room, and now you guys are even newer. What the hell?
It's a good sign for the game, right?
Wait, some people in Snuff, but it only started playing during
I
fucking
w-
scarcity.
I would be very interested to see the distribution of alliance payouts to that Triglavian invasion, because I bet that
Breakdown
like
by alliance?
70% of it is going to Pandemic Horde Incorporated.
I don't think.
Jeremy, let's be real. Do you need stats to know that Pandemic Horde's making a metric fuckload of money?
Right. Like,
Well,
do
I
you
want to
need-
be
do you need
assured.
proof? You can be sure.
No, you're
But
gonna just
that's
call them
exactly
bots
what's
like you did
happening.
your Dracaris, you idiot.
No, because
I don't
Dracarys
think
does
he's gonna
bot.
accuse the-
Pandemic Horde doesn't bot Pachin.
You
I don't
have
think anyone bots
botters
bot.
everywhere.
Every group has botters.
Not
Even Snuff has botters. We're talking to them right now.
No, we don't bot, but the
We
guy
have
who-
really advanced chat
the
bots.
guy who
We're
bots
talking to
is
the
Snuffed
Snuffed
Out
Out bots at the moment.
But no, yeah, that's mostly under PH. I think that's a bad sign for the game. I think we need having a Pachman event which cut down these rewards or makes them
So-
more contested.
Or
So
at least
one
like
thing-
mixed up, because it used to not be PH dominated. Like it wasn't always like that. But
Well, it was until the other giant group decided to cry in the corner and leave, and then they never broke back in.
Yeah.
The whole thing about Pachrin,
paladins, and you're fine.
the whole thing about Pachrin right now is you can't anchor structures. That makes it very hard for non-existing groups to come in, especially goons. So I don't think goons even have any like L structures in Pachrin, do they?
No.
I know they have like an Astra house here or there. I think last time I checked, but
Why do you need a large structure?
You don't.
it's more defensible.
Yeah,
With
but
the
if it's
medium.
not dead, why do you need it to be defensible?
Not too much of a problem.
It's literally just an NPC station, though.
Like,
But you have to have
fucking Shadow-
Pachrin standings to repair at an NPC station.
Yeah, but you just use it as asteroids. Like Shadow Cartel have a fucking citadel in there, and they're fucking garbage.
Yeah, but like if you participate in Pachman activities, you'll get the standing that you need. Just very simply, you'll get it.
Running.
It's like a chicken and egg thing, though. Do you? I mean, you
don't
need
a standing to
repairs.
get started. You don't
You
need
just
to
need nanite based.
Nanite based. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Maybe I'm talking more from perception than actuality. Then.
It's possible. It is quite possible.
Yes,
If you
it's
put off
also
that-
might also be partly a pride thing. Like at a certain point, like you can get started, but you're gonna lose at first until you have season learners get used to that gameplay, and you don't want to look bad losing, so you just never get involved in the first place.
And goons have always been on that hammer about we don't care about Pachvin for some reason.
Yeah,
they did
I
before.
feel like they're at the point they can't really walk it back now.
And Frat is aligned with PH in Pachman, right? They're
I
kind of
believe
like neutral.
Justin Potchman.
Justin Pochman. Well, I
Justin
wish
Pochman.
that they had. Do they have anything that's just specific to Pochman on here? Ooh.
Well, that's what the incursion was. That we were just, but
Is it
there's
just
destroyed.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
there it is.
Pochman right here. So now I
Can't
just have
see
to
top
figure out what
graph.
these are. So destruction.
The left is
Pochman. Now hold up.
destruction.
Wait a second. Here's what I want you to see though. This is where we start to run into problems. All right, because we're looking at NPC bounties. Because that's
No, we're not.
no,
we're
we're
not looking
not.
at
What
NPC
are we
bounties.
what are we looking at? Are we
You're
certainly
not
not
looking.
looking at?
None of this is what we're looking at. Go back to the first chart because it's a corporate reward payout is what this is filed under.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
well,
show
that's
not
not the right one, but it
So if
doesn't
you
show
go
how
on
much.
to yeah,
So like a quarter
zoom
of a
in.
trillion,
Yeah, like 0.5 trillion apparently.
like 0.35 trillion. Okay.
No, that's like
No, you're looking at the Sancho incursions. The
Yeah, it's closer to.
Pochman was like
okay,
0.5.
okay. So we'll call it 0.5. So that's 500 billion isk compared to 1.65 trillion destroyed. And what else? And that's pretty much all you gotta see in there. That's kind of the thing. So then
To me,
where
like,
else? Where else are
when
we
you
looking?
see it like that, 500 bill. For
That
a
seems
whole
really
month
low.
of- yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't actually seem crazy to me. Like that seems.
If
accurate.
well, hold on. That can't. Okay, that can't
can't
be
be
right.
right,
though.
no.
that's not. That's absolutely not right.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's
Pochman.
500
So
bill, right?
yeah, it's 500 bill. A 50-man Pochman site generates 250 mil for the sake of math. Let's call that.
Per
So
person.
every 4 sites, you get a billion ISK
Per person.
per person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 15
So
bill.
every
per
4
person.
sites, every 4 sites, one group gets 15 bill. That means that
Assuming they're being run
120,
in 15s. Are they being run in
100.
15s?
That means only 150 sites were run in Pochman for the entire month of October by those numbers.
Yeah, that
if my math is
doesn't
right.
seem right.
Well, are there
Wouldn't be the
any other
first time
things?
CCP's had
But
incorrect
that's
data on
5
there.
sites a day. That's way too low.
Yeah, so because if you have 3
Wait, is
sites and they
that,
take
are we
50,
sure that's monthly? Look at it again. Is that a monthly value or is that a
This
daily
is
value?
that was
If you go back
it
to
doesn't
the-
say.
that's by summary of key economic figures.
Oh no, sorry, that's going to be daily because it's a line graph. That's not
Yeah,
cumulative.
It's
That's
too
just each
zoomed in
day.
to be a monthly.
Yeah, that's each data point. Each data point.
Go back to
Oh,
the-
so every day it's earning like 500 billion ISK.
Yeah.
That sounds much more.
That sounds that sounds more yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't say though. So I mean,
Yeah, if it was monthly, it wouldn't be that smooth. It'd be so spiky because you wouldn't have that many data points monthly.
I think actually that's what if you see the faded chart behind it, I think that's what it might be. Is that the monthly is those? I don't know though. Could be wrong. Or outlier.
Could be like weekly or something. I don't know.
I think you don't know, I'm not going to know about the documentation of the graph, but I think the shaded one is the actual day-to-day one.
Oh, okay.
So rapidly, and then the other one's a trend line.
Like a weekly,
like a
yeah.
rolling like 5-day average or something like that.
So it is
Gotcha.
at the end an average 500 bill a day.
Yeah.
So 150 sites a day, which does
time out though.
And
There's
so then
no
are we
faded
also
graph for the Pochman money. If you look at
Yeah,
that.
there was.
There was. I must not see
I
it.
think it's color.
So is the destroyed for the entire month then?
That's monthly, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely
so
making
then,
definitely making more ISK than it's been being destroyed in.
It's making a lot more ISK.
and so previously that was not the case.
Right. It's definitely come up a lot.
Because it's been very heavily centralized.
Well, it's been streamlined. Like
Mm-hmm.
a group can get a lot more sites done in the same amount of time than they could before.
So when do you think Horde really kind of cemented themselves in Pochman?
When the
Let's
actually I
look
can
at
point to
May.
you, it was when the
Would you say it's when wrote?
the
White
Noli Secunda fort died. Not
So
Noli
this
Secunda.
is, I'm so sorry for the white mode. So this is 1.53
Rotel, yeah.
trill.
Yeah,
When that Rote fort died.
Yeah, I
that
would
was
say worst case like May or maybe June. Definitely by June, but probably like a month or two before that.
when did the Rote fort die?
I'm in May. I just gotta find the right graph. This one?
Zoom in on it. Yeah, that looks right.
Oh my god, the white mode. I am so sorry. It's so bright. So it wasn't that much less.
You will have died in February before the
Like if you, when was that big spike? Right, August of 2021 is when it started going up much more. If you look at the graph, what happened then? I don't remember.
Also, the graph goes back over time, so you can just look at the most recent one.
Yeah, you don't need to use this white mode graph. You can use the other
that's true,
one.
isn't it?
Yeah, so you
But
can see the big.
I'm trying to see destruction actually though.
Okay.
So I want to see. So I wanted to see this number to see where it was, and then look at the actual
Hold on,
destruction.
real quick. Zoom in on that real quick, because I don't see a faded like daily graph.
There
on the
is.
Parchment one. I don't. Okay, whatever. I see the yellow from the corporate reward Sancha payout.
I don't see one on the trig one.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's there. It's just thin. It's
Fucking-
narrow band.
Oh, I can yeah, you can. That's
Fucking
yeah.
brain. It's because it's consistent, you nerds. That's
Yep.
why you can't see it. It's because it's consistent.
So it's also consistently high payouts.
Yes, exactly. That
Yep.
is true. That's the whole point. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
Is
I
I,
mean,
want to see the
essentially-
destruction in
Yeah, I mean, like,
Potion.
Just talking about consistency. I mean, at least as far as back when I did a little bit of Pochvin, if it was primetime EU or US, all three sites were being run constantly. So that makes sense that it's relatively a tight band.
Right, and if you were a part of the group running all three sets, you were fighting over them too. Like you were fighting the other groups that were out there doing them. But
Well, not as much anymore.
right, yeah, not as much anymore. But I mean, like when everything first
Even-
kind of happened.
Well, the thing is, when Horde had more people contesting them, like there were fights occasionally, but Horde was also out there in super cheap shit. So they were running more than fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they started in Vedmax, but they've meted it down
You're
to
right,
Ishtar's.
They're finishing less sites over the same time.
This is true.
Hey, real quick, I need y'all's opinion. There's this dude that messaged me who joined my Discord being like, I want to be an active part of this community and help, bring in new members and investors.
It's a fish, dude. Report him.
Okay, I'm just gonna ban him.
It's a
Like,
fish.
it's pretty sus.
It's it's cybersecurity awareness month, so you gotta be careful.
Cybersecurity.
Just be aware of everything every month. That's what I've learned.
I would like to be aware of why it's not switching the cameras around when other people are talking and it's only focusing on Jeremy.
I am the most important person here,
Is that true?
and the most attractive.
I think the camera AI just likes the tie.
I mean, he is playing with it pretty well. But that's okay. It's fine. We can enjoy Jeremy. I'm just gonna. It's okay. Because I think we've run our course. I'm out of stuff to talk about, and I'm ready for bed. Y'all got any?
We do our
final thoughts
improv?
for us? We did some improv, but we didn't do much.
Didn't get much trash talk in here. You didn't even invite like Rick's to trash talk Snuff or whatever.
Oh, but I invited him for my show tomorrow, so don't worry. We're gonna hear.
Oh please make him
What's
trash
your
talk.
show?
We have an excuse to go kill it anyways.
It's Warp Out Wednesday. Streams every day or every Wednesday at 0100 Eve time.
Oh,
It's called Warp Out Wednesday because people open the tab and then they realize what it is and they close it again.
Pretty much.
Well, I'll tell you what.